The time is finally here. I've spent so much time developing exactly what I want to do to bring this to you guys. I've tried to do these before. I'm not messing this one up. Welcome to my 2025 mentorship. Man, it feels so good to get through December. I'm going to give you guys everything that I plan on doing going forward. I believe that this is going to be the best series you have ever watched on trading education. Not that it's going to be the most groundbreaking information, but how I tell you guys things, it's way more clear than some other people because they want to have that kind of tier above you. I don't want you to think of me as someone above you or that you're a fan of mine. You're my guy and I'm gonna talk to you like so. So shut the fuck up, lock the fuck in, and get ready, because this year could literally be the time where you finally get out of the situation you're currently in. Surround yourself with those people and you'll quickly adapt, and in this case hopefully make some more money. My name's Steph. I'm 20 years old. I've been trading for 5 years now. I started with options and transitioned into futures. Spent a lot of time getting better with options trading. Got to the point where I did really well trading options. Found out about futures trading, then the idea of prop firms and how to kind of leverage my money the best way I can. Being able to, keep all of my money out of the market while also trading with the capital of even more than I had before, and being able to move that money around and actually set myself up for even more. From passing funded accounts to getting payouts to adapting to futures markets, I'm going to show you everything that I know. Don't feel like you got to copy me exactly. Luckily, I will not be smart money concepting you to death, but I've lost a lot trading over my life, and you will too. But being able to put that to the side and actually understand how to trade and position size and being able to look at the bigger picture, once you have those red days, understanding them, using them in a positive manner, and actually adapting them to go forward and help your green days is going to be the thing that actually changes what you are doing. Also, please just join the Discord in my bio. This is where I trade live. I have all of my strategies. I hold weekly lessons and seminars, but I'm starting to give some love to the free section. So even just being in there, being able to talk to me every once in a while, I'd love to have you in there. I'm just trying to build a good community in the trading space because that's impossible. With that being said, let's start this 2025 trading mentorship. Man, it feels crazy to say. Really quick, I just gotta talk to you about this. Stop, bro. Do not waste this year again. You have literally the greatest opportunity and the greatest wealth creation tool, I think, of all time. You gotta think of our literal civilization ever since the human race was invented. This is probably the quickest and fastest way money has ever been able to be generated, and you are just not gonna do this. Yes, it is extremely risky, but you are in a position probably in the younger side. I hope you are younger, and if you are a little bit older, it's whatever, you're still young, you're feeling good. You don't have an opportunity like this to risk this money, and it doesn't mean you're going to lose money. But again, think about this. If you have kids, a family, you are not going to be able to put some money aside, put some time aside to be able to do this because it's going to be too late to do something like this. That is the number one thing I was so happy about when I started young. Was yes, I didn't know a lot. Yes, I lost a lot of money. You need to start while you can, because eventually you're not going to be able to have the money or the time to do something like this, and that could be the difference between you becoming profitable or not. This is a tough battle, man. It's going to take absolutely everything out of you, and make sure that you are 110% into this before you do it, because if you are not, you are going to get shaken out. December was a horrible month. So many people joined the mentorship and they thought there was cake. They got beat and now they're gone, and look what happens, man. They're probably never going to trade again, and they just lost out on the best opportunity of their life. I told a lot of people this, and some did stay because of the fact that I was so happy that these people, right when they joined, got to feel that discipline and actually dive into and get more consistent with. But being able to feel those losses early and understand kind of that mindset going forward that, hey, this is not just a get rich quick thing. I'm not just gonna make a bunch of money right away. You are going to be so much more successful now. But there's so many trials and so many tribulations, and it's solely up to you to be able to understand, hey, yes, 90% of day traders fail, whatever. And that 10% is not just lucky. Those are the ones that put in the time, get better at this, and actually commit to being successful. So you have every opportunity I do. You are the same exact person I am. We all have brains. All I want to do is inspire you, give you the information you need, and make you feel more confident doing this, because I'm doing it. It's too late to back out. This is the last chance for you to lock in. You're going to take advantage of this opportunity. You're going to change your life. I just want to quickly pray. I don't do this a lot, but again, this is the start of the mentorship, man. I gotta just get the vibes right. And with his head bowed and his hands crossed, he said, "Dear Lord, I pray that everybody watching this video, committing the time they are into this and the passion that they are kind of developing to take a step off the road less traveled and to become somewhat of a opportunist inside of this wild game of life. I pray that every single one of these guys sees an opportunity in front of them and takes it. I'm not saying we're all going to just reach the goal right away, but I do pray that everybody can work in unison, be together, and push each other forward to give them themselves the best chance to succeed, putting themselves in the best area possible. Lord, I pray that you surround us with the right people. Lord, I'm so thankful you put us together in a group. We have just as much odds to succeed as everybody else, but we understand the time that's going to be put into this is going to be very hard, but the reward at the end of this, we understand, can be bigger than all. With your prayer and everything planned forward, we pray that you can lead us there. Amen. So I was golfing today, and it really made me realize something. People really think that you can just start to trade and just be successful. I love comparing things, so let's just start with this. If you are not good at golf, there could be many reasons why. It could be you're new. It could be you don't know how to train correctly. It could just be you don't even practice at all. You just go to play with your boys sometimes. If you want to get good at golf, you have to go to the range. You have to practice. You have to be able to go and take your time to be able to, okay, I can't go to tour right now. I can't just go and become Tiger Woods tomorrow if I sleep the right way. You have to go to the range every day, constantly. Get better, get better, get better, get better. Go through these highs and lows. Practice. Go out and play a couple games just to get better. Putt, chip. All these things that go into becoming a good golfer, you have to be able to do before you go professionally to play golf. If you don't do any of those things, you are going to be a bad golfer. There's no other way around it. If you are not practicing, there's nobody on the planet that can just go on the PGA Tour and be successful if they just pick up a club and play. If y'all play before, man, it is the most stressful, painful, emotional sport on the planet. If you are not good at golf, there's so many reasons why, but the number one reason why is you do not practice. You do not take the time that it takes to get on these other guys' level, man. They did not just wake up like that day and become Tiger Woods. They've put in countless days, years, months, continuously practicing all the time to get better. And there's so many things that go into this, just like trading. You have to be able to drive the ball. You have to be able to chip the ball. You have to be able to putt. You have to be able to hit your irons. You have to be able to hit your long irons and your hybrids and your 3-woods and your 5-wood. All of that just to be one thing. If you want to get swole, if you want to look like me, there's a couple things you have to do. What's the number one thing you have to do? Let me think. Work out. If you don't go to the gym and you want to look strong, you're not just going to wake up and be strong, are you? You're not just going to start eating right and get swole. You have to go to the gym and you have to put in the work. You have to practice to actually be good at it. But people see one TikTok video and think they're ready to become a good trader. Y'all just want to jump right into this and make $1 million. And trust me, I did the same thing. Practice every single day. Put in the hours when nobody's watching. Be able to understand the situation that you're currently in and what it takes to get out of it. And there's one thing that it takes, and that's experience. And the only way you're going to get experience is by practicing. And look what happens when you practice. I mean, this guy's doing pretty good for himself. When you go to the gym and you eat right and you actually do the right thing with your body, you get swole. Oh my gosh. And jack your body up on steroids, you get strong. Holy crap. So why do you think that you can just watch this mentorship, close out of this, and become profitable? Why do you think that way? Doctors, can they just go and operate on someone? Can you just wake up and say you want to be a doctor and just go operate on somebody? No, you'll kill them. You'll kill them. Doctors have to go to college and get doctorates that can be up to 8 years in college. Do you know how long 8 years is? You know how much time they put into their lives, how much money they put themselves in debt, how much time they direct to one thing, and that is just to hope that they pass their classes and become a doctor. And you think in a week, a month, a day, one TikTok, you can now become a profitable trader? Why? Why is your brain wired like that? Why do you think that way? I did too at some point. But at some point, you got to realize, you got to understand why you're here right now. Subscribe. Isn't it crazy that our brains think this way? Whoever this guy is, I don't care. But he is someone who I'm guessing took the time to practice and actually get good at the thing that he loved. And you have to understand and be able to put yourself in that position of, hey, I am the boss. There's no restriction on what I can and can't do. I have to keep myself within these little lanes or else I'm going to go off the side and lose everything that I have. The reason why we think this way is because there's no one telling us not to. And that's the most important thing. You have to be able to hold yourself accountable and be able to say, okay, Steph, I'm not ready for this. I need to take the time. I need to watch this mentorship. I need to get good at trading first, then actually start to do this. Because no, you're not just going to pass a funded account and get a payout and become a millionaire. I don't know the things that gives me you can't take away. As a man who scares to lose you. I've put in the hours, I've put in the time behind the camera, surprisingly, and actually figured out how to have some sort of success in the market. And what I want you to express from this and learn is that you do not just have to go through all this pain and suffering for nothing. I now have the ability to do this every single day for the rest of my life. I'm comfortable enough to now do this forever. I feel like I've learned a skill that I am going to have for the rest of my life. A very important skill, by the way, that can make you an unlimited amount of money, a very limited time schedule for yourself. You know, I only do this for an hour a day now, seriously. And it's not a get rich quick thing, but once you do understand how to do all of this, you can get rich really quick. But it is a very long process to get to that point, man. Being able to understand the position you're in and say, okay, I may have lost a bunch of money, I may have put the time in, but there's always something I can get better with. This is something that you need to continue with. There was a point in my life when I took my first ever options trade. I think I saw something online and I started to trade because, you know, who doesn't do that? This was around when GameStop really started to pop off. I took my first options trade and then I actually made 50% on this. I was in my civics class in high school and I just jumped in the trade. I just turned my phone off and at lunch, we got Wi-Fi back because my class had like a little like proxy up. You could not go on your phone in class unless you had a VPN, and I didn't. And I checked, I was up 50% in a day, and I made like $300. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most crazy thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to make so much money. I've cracked the code. And then over the next like 2 weeks, I lost everything. I lost my entire net worth. Now in the moment, I didn't tell anybody. I was super like depressed. I thought I was just like, this was it. I'm gonna be homeless. Like my life is over. I stopped trading for around 6 months and kind of just worked a job, and I was just getting kind of money back. But I always, every time I was at my work, every time I was freaking sleeping at night, I would think about, damn, bro, I made $300 in an hour just trading. You know how hard it is to just drop that and forget about that. There's no way I was gonna live my life and not do this. You can't just forget about something like this once you get into it. It is so surreal. It is everything that you've ever wanted in a career path. It is extremely hard, but let me tell you, it is 99% mental. This is what it's all about. If you can get right up here, it doesn't matter what strategy you have. The number one thing that will actually set you apart from just being a broke loser trading to actually becoming profitable is your ability to take and deal with wins and losses. A lot of people will get super high when they win and super low when they lose, and that's okay. And then you guys see videos of me jumping around and acting all exciting. That has nothing to do with my trades. Again, it's just kind of how I like to move myself. I'm at a point where I don't get mentally affected by my trades. I have lost way too much money to care at this point. I'm stoic. I'm in a post-nut clarity vibe for literally 24 hours a day. You feel that way and react that way because you don't fully know what you're doing. The number one thing I preach is premeditation and what is going to happen once you exit that trade. Doing that, I fully eliminate any opportunity for me to be surprised or scared or anything during that trade. If you can be able to do that before you start trading and be able to say, okay, I know how much I'm going to lose 600 and I'm going to make 1,000. If I'm not comfortable losing 600, I don't need to take the trade. I can wait for a better entry. It's helped me so much be able to not mess with my trades, being able to set my orders up and just kind of let things roll. It's a lot more easy for me to be comfortable when taking trades because I know exactly what I'm getting into every single time I click that button. And if it doesn't feel right, you don't need to do anything. That's the best thing about this. I could be done for the year. I made $17,000 in the last 2 days. It's 2025. I haven't taken a loss yet. I could just wrap it up and just go. I could live on a very strict budget, but I could do it. You don't need to trade every single day. You don't have to reach for the stars every single opportunity you get. If you made as little as $1,000 a day, which is a lot, but it is very manageable inside of the trading space, times that by around, I think there's 280 trading days or 260 trading days in a year. That's almost $300,000 that you have made just from trading. If you make $500 a day for 250 days, that's again over probably $150,000 that you just made, putting yourself in the top 10%, 8% of in the United States just from clicking buttons on a computer. You do not need to just go on this super exponential gain. You know, you guys got to think, man, stock traders and very, very, very successful hedge funds only make 5, 6, 7, 8% on their account every year. What you are doing is not possible. It is defying the odds as many times as it gets. It gets to a point where you defy the odds continuously so many times where it really starts to throw your game off. If this was the best way to make money, every hedge fund would be doing this intensely. Every hedge fund would be draining billions and billions and billions of dollars into day trading the 5-minute every single day. It doesn't work like that. That's not how this thing goes. It's all about just managing your risk and making sure that when you do take trades, you're getting the value, you're being precise, and you know exactly what you want when you're getting in and out of things. The reason why I started doing this was for capital creation, aka just making money with little to go. When you don't have a lot of money, you have to trade this way because of the fact if I had $1 billion, that's why hedge funds don't risk that much. 10% on their accounts, man, that's literally probably over $1 billion. So being able to do that is just part of the game. You know, you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt that, hey, we are trading extremely risky, but we are risking not a lot, especially with funded accounts. And that obviously comes with the risk of day trading. But my goal for the longest time was to be able to get into real estate. That is still my goal. I do not plan on trading forever. Just put yourself in a position where you want to do this long term. You want to learn the benefits of this. And eventually I want to get into more of a long-term holding, just stock positions, just not towards my retirement, just again, just for investing purposes. But for now, yes, I am trading to become deeper into real estate. I want to be able to just pick up checks for a living and have a bunch of properties, and wealth creation path that I took was through futures trading. I think it is the best place to go. I think it is the most important thing to learn as just sort of a money maker. I've learned so many key skills about discipline and being able to understand risky positions. I could walk into a room with a bunch of suits and tell them things that they probably don't even know. Not that that matters. I'm just saying this is not something you just trade for a couple years and just disappear. But this is what you should be doing to take your step, make your money trading in the markets, and then de-risk yourself and just gain that continuous kind of passive income wealth. But we obviously have to get there, and this is the route that I think you should be taking. There's so many things every individual can do to actually be better at just psychologically trading. But remember what I said. Trading is 99% psychological. I don't care what anybody says. It does not matter how you trade. ICT, SMT, all of these guys. And if you're watching this, I'm sure you've looked at any sort of ICT mentorship or any other mentorship, how to get better at day trading in general, Forex futures options. Newsflash, there is no better way to predict future moves than another. You genuinely have just as much chance as literally anything else doing whatever you want. There is no correct way to predict future price movements. Yes, you can lean the bar, and I've talked about that a lot, leaning the bar slightly in your direction, giving yourself a higher odds chance, but something random could always happen. And that's why psychologically it's all about being able to control your mental to give yourself kind of the best opportunity. But let's talk about this as I sip my grande latte. Oh my gosh, it's 7 o'clock at night. What am I doing? Maybe you're watching this and you came from a Forex background or an options background, or this is your first time just figuring out what futures are. This is why I trade futures and why I believe it is the best method for you to make money, the easiest, and also the least risky, being able to put your capital to the side. You could really start doing this with like 50 bucks. Okay, so forget all this hoopla. Understand this. Futures, you are just buying and selling contracts that expire on a future date. You really only have the ability to trade indexes. For example, hopefully you understand what the NASDAQ is and the S&P 500, you little baby. Essentially, what you are doing is you are buying in hopes that price rises, and you are selling in hopes that price sells. It is the same amount every single time. You can click this at 3 in the morning or 6 in the morning or at any time of day. The here to here is going to be the same amount every single time. Minis are usually what everybody trades, and for my experience, people, just calm down and we get it. You're a professional, you know what a mini is. But the difference between micros and minis, that is what you are buying. You're buying these micro and mini contracts. NQ, why I like to trade NASDAQ, we don't gotta get into it, but it is extremely volatile. It is a lot higher risk and reward trades. ES moves a little bit slower. I just prefer the higher price action and actually what's inside of the NASDAQ. One micro is a tenth of a mini. So it takes 10 micros to actually equal 1 mini. But again, just think about this. If you're a new trader, you should be trading micros. The reason why you should be trading futures and why I have told everybody and made the switch, if I was making money with options, why would I switch to futures? Trading futures is badass. You are able to, again, extort the market, I think, in the best possible way. The trades you take, if you took the same exact trade on Forex, futures, options, you are making the most of futures. It's open 23 hours a day. There's no restraints at all. You have the ability to access prop firms. And if you don't know what prop firms are, we're going to get into it. This is what you need to trade. If you want to have a long career trading, you are going to get to futures at some point. So you need to start now because it is the easiest as well. This is how we actually create our wealth. I think this is the #1 best wealth creation tool that is access to you. And another reason why futures is so amazing. Everybody knows this. You trade on a prop firm when you are trading futures 95% of the time. Now, why you have to kind of go through a prop firm is because personal futures accounts do cost a lot of money to actually start. And why would you when I'm about to show you this? All these prop firms do is give you an opportunity to be able to trade with fake money. A lot of people think that it's real money when they get them. No, it's fake money. And you have the opportunity to take a test with it, pass the test, get a live account, which is still fake money, but then you can actually get payouts from this. All you have to do is abide by their rules and actually just pay for the account. Now, if I told you this right now, you're probably gonna think I'm stupid, but if you pay around 50, 100 bucks, you can actually access over $50,000 worth of funded accounts. I just spent 50 bucks on a funded account and I have more money to trade with than I did with options, and it's easier and it's more accessible. Woo! Ooh, man, gonna be hard to click off this video. Now, this obviously comes with a twist. There are pretty in-depth rules that you have to obey when trading on these prop firms to actually get payouts. But again, if you just look at them and you trade correctly, majority of the time you're going to be just fine. As long as you aren't full porting and gambling like an idiot, you are going to get that payout if you do reach that point. Most of the time, you're looking at about 14 days on the live account, X amount of green days, X amount of money made. Real quick, just going to talk about multiple accounts. Most of these prop firms lets you have 3, 4, 5, 10, even 20 accounts. If you do actually get up to the point where you can have 20 accounts, and that prop firm is called Apex Trader Funding, you are able to connect these accounts. You're able to copy trade these accounts together. What that means is you can just, again, click a couple buttons. It will take the same trade on all of your accounts. Imagine this. You have one account, you take a trade, you make $500. Imagine you copy traded that across 20 accounts. That's how much money you would make. Woo. Once you buy a funded account, you are going to get asked what brokerage you want to use. I personally use Tradeovit. It's a pretty simple software. And again, I don't do anything on it other than buy and sell. What you are going to be doing most of your kind of charting and trading on, in my eyes, I think everybody knows this, you should be on TradingView. All I'm doing is just switching over to TradingView, take the trade, get off. It's kind of a weird platform, but it's super simple to actually use, and it's very easy to just, again, buy and sell. I don't care, bro. I'm going to talk about this. I don't care. Do not change your chart colors. I don't care. Don't use white and black. Don't use white and blue. Use red and green. You guys are so goofy, bro. It's etiquette, man. You got to respect the game. I will say, if you want to be able to use real-time data on NQ, you will be delayed if you do not purchase a CME group. If you look up how to get CME group online, you'll be able to look it up and get it pretty easily. Again, it's $5 a month. You get access to ES, NQ, gold, I think crude oil, all the indexes that you can trade. So you know what a funded account is. You know what you're trading. Understanding the most important thing. Why am I doing this? What do I even need to look out for? I believe the market moves in repetition. If something happens once, it's going to happen twice, and there's obviously reasons for that. You guys know, if you're watching this, I trade supply and demand. I trade supply and demand pretty much fully, and people do think that that's a stupid thing or it's super basic. When in reality, it's probably the best concept I think that I've ever learned and researched when I am trading. Do you think it's coincidence that price rejected here and then once again rejected off of this again? No, not at all. And that's exactly what this is about, being able to forecast future price with previous price movements and understanding concepts of supply and demand, being able to understand that, hey, we made a high here, we rejected off of it again, finally broke above it, and now this turns into support and looks like we're buying off of it one more time. My job is to just be a weatherman. I'm trying to predict future moves with my ideology of, okay, looking at previous price action, when price came back to this area, what happened? And being able to understand, hey, my money is better trading this way because we just rejected off this high. I should look for shorts. Oh, we sold off, boom, jump in shorts. Try to take a dub. Waiting for confirmation, taking the right trades, being able to understand what days of the week I should be trading, what should I be avoiding. News is a very important thing you should be avoiding. Pretty much anytime there's news around 9:30, 10 o'clock, those are times you should not be in trades. The reason why I do not believe you should be trading when there's news out is because it's unpredictable. No one knows what's coming. If you're in a trade at 9:58 and longs are looking good, and then boom, 10 o'clock comes out and there's bad news, boom, your stuff gets stopped out, you feel horrible, and you did nothing wrong. That's something you need to avoid. I consider that gambling. It's taking that away from your trading setup, and your trading analogy is going to pretty much just eliminate more gambling from, what you already consider gambling, because you probably are watching this video. Again, this is called Forex Factor. If you go to their economic calendar, make sure you only sort by USD, because anything else really doesn't matter. Just avoid these times. Don't even look at what happened, because most of the time it doesn't matter. There'll be times, even, this is another reason why I think it is gambling, when you'll see the 10-year bond auction come out and it'll be bullish, but then price will still react in a bearish manner, and it'll just ruin your day anyways. So just please, anytime you're looking on January 8th, say I'm trading today, I won't be trading at 8:15, I won't be trading at 8:30, I won't be trading at 10:30. I might jump in a trade at 10:35, but I just do not want to be in a trade when this is coming out, because God forbid something happens, the world ends, and then I lose all my money. How I trade personally is I only trade the first hour of the market. I trade from 9:30 to 10:30. Very rarely do I trade after that. This is a horrible analogy, but again, if you go to the casino and you make money, it's very important that you walk out. You guys have all heard that, man. Take money while you're up and leave. Not a lot of people do that, and when they do that, they actually lose money in the big term. Now, please do not get this matched up with gambling. It's just an analogy. But when you make money trading, it's very important that you just step away. I'm very quality over quantity. I don't believe in taking a bunch of trades continuously and trying to get out with, maybe 10 wins and 8 losses. I like to really find something that really turns me on and get going. Wait for a really good setup. Take a high confidence trade. If it plays out, it pays out. If it doesn't hit, then we move on. Now, with that being said, I don't just take one trade a day. My rule is 3 losses in a row and I'm done, or usually around 50 points. A lot of people have this current urge to just always be wanting to trade and just keep going and keep going. If I lose 3 trades in a row, me knowing this, I am a very good trader. I feel very confident when the market opens up with my opportunity to actually make money and take trades. If I lose 3 trades in a row, hey, it's probably a pretty telltale sign that the market's moving bad, because if I'm someone who considers themselves good and making money trading, then how, if I lose 3 trades in a row, is it my fault? Now, of course, there's some chances where yes, it might just be it might just be me my fault. But sometimes price moves bad and it doesn't move how I like it and I expect it to move. And if I take 3 losses in a row, that tells me right away, hey, I should probably be done trading. And then at that point, I don't care about taking trades anymore because I already did try today and it sucked. Again, it all derives from just being able to understand and put yourself in these lanes and make sure you do not leave those lanes because yes, there could be $1 million out there, but it also could be zero. Just staying in that lane, getting these small dubs, 2, 3, 400 a day, 500 a day, adding those up, man. Look at the big picture. That is the one thing I want to give to you guys is please be able to look at the big picture in the big time frame and understand if I do this for 10 years, 5 years, 8 years, just like I talked about being a doctor or a golfer or whatever, you are going to be so successful, man. And I'm so proud of you for watching these videos and going out of your way to take the time and understand this. You will reap the rewards, I promise you, but it's all about, it's up to you now. I'm giving you everything. You have to be able to move forward and understand that what I've given to you now is yours fully, and you can take it how you want to and interpret it how you want to do it and move on and just do it correctly. I'm giving you everything that you need to know. Another fun thing you do once you join the Discord, of course, because you'll have Discord app installed, make your own Discord really quickly just with yourself in it, make an alerts channel, and make sure you alert every single trade you take. This is something that I have to deal with every single day because I am a trader and I have to alert my trades because I do it inside of my Discord. If I am alerting trades, a lot of people are taking my trades every single day, making money, of course, because you know I'm a dog. I have to make sure that I'm taking a good trade because I'm having other people's money at risk, man. It makes me feel really confident. It makes me feel really not anxious, but it's a good way. You know, I have to really make sure that I'm putting my money in the correct spot because I'm also, all these other people are riding along with me and I don't want to put them in a bad spot. So go through and alert your trades because that'll really help you. By the time you're alerting it out, you're looking at your SL, you're looking at your TP, you're like, okay, sometimes this will be like, nah, this is not a good idea. I'll wait. If you type it all out, it looks good, send the alert out and take the trade. That time of you typing it out and looking, giving you clarity is going to be enough time to realize, hey, is this a good or bad idea? But yeah, man, I'm just so excited for this, man. I'm really excited to give you guys all this information. I really hope you enjoyed all of this. This is going to be the realest mentorship you've ever watched. I'm not going to spoil too much, man, but I really hope you subscribe and stick around because yes, this might have been a little boring, but it's going to turn up really quickly. Please subscribe. I'll see you guys really soon.